our second Sunday in Advent. Last week we lit the candle for faith. This week we light the candle for peace in our hearts. For us, metaphysicians, Advent is a time of spiritual discovery, a preparation for our rebirth to the awareness of the Christ consciousness within. As we prepare to celebrate what we know as the traditional story of Jesus' birth, we also recognize that our traditions come from older truths.
Santa Claus, right?
No. I was thinking of the winter solstice.
Oh, okay.
When we celebrate that the days will get longer and light will be more prevalent and the warmth will return.
Okay.
What is that?
What is what?
When?
21st.
Oh, the 21st of December.
Had this discussion. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought so too. Right.
We threw you, didn't we?
No?
Okay.
I'm skipping a paragraph.
Okay.
Okay. So what I invite you into today is to celebrate that Advent spirit, to become whole again, W-H-O-L-E, not H-O-L-Y, but to celebrate your wholeness as we remember that we are the Christ presence and that in December we're going to remember, here we are. So let's do it. As we've lit the candle for peace in our minds and hearts this morning, I don't need to tell you that it takes diligence and persistence, perseverance to maintain that light of peace in our experience. Would you not agree?
Amen.
Nelson Mandela was one of the people who embodied that for us as our other spiritual and social teachers, so that we can learn a positive example of how to do that, how to carry peace in our minds and hearts. And so what exactly is peace? Spiritually, we say that peace is the stillness within our own soul. When we block out all the outer disturbances and just turn within. Even in a quiet room, that is sometimes difficult to do for the chatter, 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 chatter of our minds. So in that silence is also an energy of calm, something that we can't always feel, even though we're in the silence. I know I've had days in meditation where it just felt like I needed to move or I was just going to burst. And so up and doing the labyrinth or walking in a circle, still holding that center of silence and meditation in my mind, but the physical body needed to move. You can do both. Meditation is not just sitting. There's active meditation as well. Peace is a time of surrender. Sometimes it's difficult to surrender. I know. It's a time of trust that no matter what the circumstance in your life, that you and your God within and your God all around you can handle it. We've all had incredible challenges to overcome. That's part of our human experience. And knowing that we have the capability to trust ourselves, to trust the universe, that we can overcome, that is peace. We need to identify sometimes where we have placed our faith. I talked about that a little bit last week. We either put our faith in faith or we put our faith in fear. But it is still faith, energy, and belief nonetheless. We may have heard the story countless times about how Jesus calmed the seas with these words, "Peace, be still." We talk about that all the time. It wasn't a suggestion. It was a command. He was in his oneness with the divine, with the universal life source. He commanded the seas to be calm. He commanded the outer experience to be at peace. He was choosing his thoughts. He was choosing his experience. He was speaking to his disciples about empowering them to choose their life experience. It was not a suggestion. Not just a idle, oh yeah, peace be still. No. It had power behind it. It had zeal. It's what Charles Fillmore would say, proving the principle. Jesus proved the principle that his powers had magnitude, they had energy, they were transformative. We have that same capability today, each and every one of us. So what did Charles say about peace from a metaphysical perspective? He said that peace was harmony and tranquility derived from the awareness of our Christ consciousness. Unity principle number 2. Knowing beyond a shadow of doubt who you are and living it. Fillmore went on to say that steadfast affirmations of peace will harmonize the entire body and mind. It's the exact same thing that what Emoto did with the images of the water that were transformed by the power of our words. So in times of struggle, in times of doubt, it is up to us to choose our thoughts wisely. We either stand to make a conscious choice, or we stand to allow chaos to rule our lives by the single thought of God and I are powerful enough to manage this situation. That's it. Sounds simple, I know. Easy, not. But peace works alongside faith in a union to help you overcome. It's about keeping our energetic vibration in alignment with what we want. So, how do we do that? Well, we get to practice by recognizing our triggers. Who here has triggers? Come on, I'm not the only one in the room. I know. So we have to identify, what is it that triggers me? Where are my buttons? Why do they get pushed? Doesn't matter how you got them. We all have them, more than one, I'm sure. So once we identify our triggers, we can, through the power of our mind and affirmations, mellow the energy that it takes and mellow our reactions to those trigger buttons. So I invite you to use the power of your faith in alignment with the power of peace to create a harmonizing life that you so choose. A quote from Charles Fillmore regarding world peace is, "Until world peace is based in the divine law of love, and this law incorporated into the pact of peace, as well as into the minds of those who sign the pact, there will be no permanent peace." And we've seen that over and over and over again as our diplomats of any generation of human history sign peace. Without peace in their minds and hearts, it's just a piece of paper unless it's in your consciousness, in your being, a part of who you choose to be in the world. So your ability to say, "Peace be still," to the turbulent times of your own lives will allow for you to become a peacemaker. A peacemaker is one who has the ability to manage the thoughts in their life, to say, "No, I'm not going to allow this situation to run rampant through my world." To say no to anger, to say no to hardship. Because you know that as a perfect child of God, your universe provides for you in so many ways. If we just align ourselves into accepting that which the kingdom has to offer. So Jesus didn't ask the water to be calm. He commanded it through his consciousness and his oneness with who he was and who he came here to be. So we're going to have a little activity. I would like for you to say this affirmation. We're going to do it a couple times until you really embody it. Ready? I'll say it first. Nothing can disturb the calm of my soul. Nothing can disturb the calm of my soul. Again. Nothing can disturb the calm of my soul. Again. Nothing can disturb the calm of my soul. Now silently to yourself. Nothing can disturb the calm of my soul. You feel different? No?
I'm already
calm.
You're already calm? Well, when you're not so calm, you try that for yourself. And you will be calming the storms of your life experience, managing your thoughts, allowing them to harmonize and turn into an experience of love and peace as opposed to chaos and hardship. And you will be practicing the tools of being a peacemaker. So as we light the candle of peace within ourself, within our mind, within our heart, when we embody that energy, we are choosing to be a transformative power in our lives and in the lives of all that we influence. This is the consciousness of peace. This is the energy that will impact our world. Just as we have redirected our faith to be in alignment with the truth of who we are, we must also choose to redirect our peacefulness to be in alignment with the calm of our center, to be the change we want to be in the world. We all say we want peace in the world, and more so at this time of the year than any other. But it is our day-to-day choices that make that happen. So following faith, the first and necessary step, is peace, the place where the God within, centered at our core, even in the winds of mental, physical, and emotional storm, moves us into the presence of rebirth. Namaste.
Namaste.